Why networking isn't working for you. My name's David Newton. Today we're going to be talking about why networking is in a traditional form not working for you or maybe a lot of other people that you know. Now, by conventional, what do I mean when I say that? Conventional networking typically tends to be you go along to an event. Basically, you've got around a 2-hour event. That's the average. Maybe 3 hours if you're lucky, but that's usually when there's the most number of people at a particular event, particularly if it's a drinks after work type of scenario. And your aim, if you can fight your way through the crowd, is to make maybe 2 or 3 new contacts. Now, particularly if you're trying to get new business for your business, or you're trying to look for maybe an income opportunity or something like that, or if it's a particular social type of networking event, and maybe some of them are a little bit of half and half, social and business, you're aiming to make some new social contacts. And in the process, you're lucky if you can probably talk to maybe 2 or 3 people and maybe get even 1 contact name out of all of those people that you speak to on the night. And let's face it, not much happens after that. Sometimes you probably might have a few business cards, a few new LinkedIn contacts, and a month or 2 goes by. And who are these people? Do they remember who you are when you ring them up, if you ring them up? That's the situation that you're commonly dealing with in traditional networking. However, there is a better way out of all of this. Now, there's 2 ways you can upscale this particular type of networking to something where you're going to have a lot more control of the actual result at the other end and make something of those contacts that you get from a networking party or networking type of event. Okay, typically how this works for the average person is it does require one ingredient, and that is a little bit of courage in order to make a different way of doing things with networking. And the answer is simply this. Rather than attending events, why not run an actual networking event yourself? You know, as in host the event, be at the event, check off all the people on the list, collect some money from them in the process, and contact all of those people, even before the event or even after the event. And in the process of doing that, imagine how big your circle of friends is going to grow as a result of actually running your own networking event. Now, like, this doesn't necessarily have to be a drinks after work type of event. It could even be a dinner type of an event, something like that. It doesn't have to be that big, preferably something that you can control. But if you do it, you will actually have the database of all the people that responded. And that will be much more treasured, and what's more, you'll have much more heart-mind connection with those people than just merely going along to an event and just being another one of the also-rans that are there, somebody that met them, exchanged business cards or a LinkedIn contact, and then 6 weeks later ago, they've forgotten you. You might have even forgotten them. Heaven help you if it takes that long to connect. But when you actually run an event, you control the outcome. So, what I challenge you to do is to look at things differently, and that is attempt running your own event. Now, as a fallback position, if you don't have the courage just yet to run your own event, offer to help someone else who is running a networking event or other people that are running networking events, and offer to be a helper at their events. Get the feel and the run of how things are done. Even though you're not actually running that actual event, this is a way how you can gain that confidence and sort of see how the landscape of it works. Before I started running quite a lot of my own social and business networking events, I attended and was a helper or a senior level helper to other people's events in an unpaid capacity in most cases, but sometimes in a paid capacity, helping out other people running their own events. Everything from checking off the list, handing out the name tags, looking after the catering, getting drinks for people, all sorts of different things like that. There's a lot of different things you can actually do. And in the process, by being a key person helper, I was able to survey the landscape, get an idea of what it was like for when I do move into running my own events, because I saw all of their mistakes and saw all of their successes from a distance at an arm's length, and was able to replicate what I did see successful into my own events. And that worked spectacularly well. Before we go on, remember to hit that like and subscribe and hit the bell notification button so that you can enjoy this content that we put out every week that will help improve your business. Now, what will you get out of running an event if you're in the first person position for running that event? The answer is, to me, fairly obvious. That is, you'll get the contact list. You may even make some money whilst running the actual event. 3, you'll be able to follow up these people in your own time, but don't leave it too long. And you'll be able to have a highly elevated business position. Your kind of visibility, as it is, will actually rise. So even if you run your own event over here and you attend some other events over here in a different place altogether, your visibility has risen enormously because you had the courage to actually run your own events. And that's a big key. I do have a link, obviously, to how to run your own networking events in the description box below. So please follow that particular link to my website and you'll see the links there to my online course on the very topic of how to run business networking events. And these can also be social events as well. And look at this next video that I've got coming up, which will show you what to do next after you make this decision of running your own events and how to improve that networking result that you've always wanted. This is David Newton speaking. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.